Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tarda Zone Talks. How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing fine. So, RTD is at it yet again, folks. He has he interacted with Beth from the Time Ladies on a post talking about Neil Patrick Harris, and he made some interesting comments. Now, you can read these comments two ways, of course. When I read it out to you, does RTD confirm multi doctors, or is he talking about the fact that we already know who Dr. 14 is, and that's what he actually meant? So we'll get straight into it. I'm just give me a second, actually, because I'm actually in the process because I've been sent all of this stuff by loads of different people. So just bear with me because I'm getting the actual screenshot. So this interaction, as far as I can tell, there happened on Instagram. So I will throw up this this photograph now. Just bear with me. I just see I have to send it to my phone, then have to go into my Facebook on my computer, and then yeah, it's awkward. It's awkward. Anyway, we just have it there. So there's the first picture. I want to show you the pictures of the costumes first. The costume first, because he did release a picture of Neil Patrick Harris in a new costume. Which I can't see it now. Anyway, he's wearing the top hat. Where is this bleeding picture? Just bear with me. See, there's so many people, and I'm grateful for it. There's so many people sending me stuff on different accounts. There it is. Here we go. Is that? But I've got it. Sorry, I would have had all this organized, and I should have, in fairness, but the phone decided to die before we came on. I never checked to see if it was charged. My bad. So just bear with me for a second. I've got this photograph. I will be throwing up. There is photographs that have been sent throughout last night. I will be throwing them up later on, along with this interaction. So you can judge for yourselves and leave your comments. Obviously, most of you will leave your comments tonight, but if anybody wants to add their comment, go ahead. You're more than welcome. Right, so back to the pictures that I wanted to throw up. So, and then this interaction, which I think is... Actually, I'll put up the two tweets that he put up, because there is something interesting in the first tweet that he threw up a couple of days ago that I want to briefly discuss. Why is this phone acting like this? Where is this? I thought I bleeding it. Oh yeah, there it is. Is that the reaction? Yeah. Right. I think I have everything in order. Let's get into this now. Oh, Jesus. Sorry about that. Noob. I'm still a noob after all of this time. You think I would be used to this. So we'll show you the new images of obviously Neil Patrick Harris first. That's what we'll do here. So I'll show you the new images that were released. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. And then we'll see what the story is. We've got about an hour because I have to bring Ted out. So we'll try fly through this as quick as possible, and then we'll see if we can get a few people to comment on it. So there he is in costume there at the moment. So he's got the old, the get up going there. There is a better photograph that I will be sharing just there now. Just bear with me. This is the way I have to do it, unfortunately. I'll come up with a better system eventually, man. Jesus. Right, here we go. And here's another photograph. By the way, I'll give you a laugh. While we're looking at this image. So, as you know, Neil Patrick Harris has been around for a very, very long time, right? There's legendary stories about him in Hollywood. He comes across, in these interviews, he's a very funny, smart guy. We all know, a lot about Neil Patrick Harris, right? And we judge him on his acting and his acting ability. Don't get me wrong. How I Met Your Mother, I know that's a huge show for a lot of people, right? And I'm not dissing it because I did watch it, right? My little brother was the one that actually loved it, and he kept pestering me, telling me that I should watch it, and I was like, and I've given it a go, and the best part of it for me was Neil Patrick Harris. As I said, I've seen him in one of my favourite movies. It's a stoner movie, but I don't care. It's Harold and Kumar Get the Munchies, all about them going to White Castle. And he makes a cameo appearance and he literally steals this bleeding show, man. Literally steals the bleeding movie with a couple of cameo appearances in it. But someone out there that's a very big YouTuber made the claim, and this is how silly it's all gone, made the claim that Neil Patrick Harris's casting was a diversity hire. Now, this particular YouTuber was part of the Fandom Menace, and let's just say this particular YouTuber, who happens to be a woman, has said some vile things over the last couple of years. And her recent comments on the school shooting that resulted in those kids dying, her response to that was, well, I don't like kids, so I don't care. Right? This was the same YouTuber that basically blamed Zack Snyder because his daughter had unfortunately ended her own life, and she made the claim that, well, maybe it was because he was a bad father, so therefore it was his fault, right? So this YouTuber is coming out and saying, right, that Neil Patrick Harris is a diversity hire. I've never heard such a crock of shit in all my life, right? Now, this particular person likes to outrage and has an obsession, or had an obsession, with Brie Larson. Now, she seems to have this obsession with, listen, I'm just going to say to Star Wars and Star Trek fans anyway, right, and YouTubers out there, don't judge Doctor Who on the standards of Star Trek and Star Wars, because Doctor Who is totally different, right? The show's in trouble, right? So the man that made us successful in 2005 has decided that he's going to give it a go again to make this show popular. That's the difference. RTD cares. The people that are writing Star Trek and Star Wars, except for 2 Star Trek shows that I do like, and I'm not going to bash them, but the rest of them, like Picard, Discovery, all of those lower decks, right? You can tell that the people that are writing them don't care, right? Certain Star Wars shows, not them all, right? You could tell they're oversaturated. I said it yesterday. They're making too many of these shows, right? And that's what's happening. You're saturating the market. You're not concentrating on a couple of projects, making them the best they can be, and then go and release more than when the other shows are doing very well. They just keep releasing show after show after show after show. And Marvel's doing the same, right? They're all doing it. They're releasing shows left, right, and centre. They don't realise that they're oversaturating the market. But the difference is those people don't care. That's why they do it, right? RTD is a different kettle of fish. He does care about Doctor Who. And the reason why he does care about Doctor Who is because, as I said, you go through every single interview he's ever done when he was showrunner and after he had left the show. And when he was talking about Doctor Who, listen to how he talks about Doctor Who. And that's the key here, right? He's not going around telling everybody that Doctor Who should have this, that, and the other in the show, and they should be doing this, that, and the other. He's actually said quite the opposite over the years. So I don't believe that he has changed his opinions over the years. And that's just quite as simple as that. But let's get into the next part of this, because the next part of this for me is interesting. Now, I have asked the question, does RTD confirm multi-doctors, right? And basically what I'm going to do, guys, is ask you in the chat after I read out and show you this screenshot what you guys actually think. And we've got a member, Raymond O'Reilly, in the chat. We've got some of the usual suspects also in the chat, including the legend, MCTV. Welcome. And the legend of the traveling TARDIS, Dave travels through time disaster area. So, does he, when I show you this, obviously I'm asking you, what do you think? Now, this interaction, he put up an interesting tweet the other day, an interesting message the other day, which I'm going to put up on screen first. Actually, bear with me, because there's other people's names on this, and you know, some of them that actually don't like me. So if I was to put them up, that might give them the excuse that they need to say, "Oh, look, you need to stop him from doing that." So just give me a second while I just get the relevant part that I need, because he put up an interaction with John Sim. Now, some of you has watched me video that I threw up for you with photographs and images. You would have seen this, but for everybody else on the channel that don't check out those music videos, obviously, I will what you call it. Hold on. Now, even though we know it's Beth from the time, ladies, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove her cover photograph, because she won't want me to put our image up. So I will do that as well, because, you know, I'm considerate. You know, I've always been very considerate, actually. You know. Anyway, just bear with me now. I'm just sending them to myself again now. Do. Right, is it this? Right, there's the John Sim reaction. And there's... Right, here we go. So we'll start off with the John Sim reaction. Because as I've said to you, when RTD, when we were all having discussions about RTD on this channel, and I was bringing on different guests, I said it to you, didn't I? At the time, I said when RTD releases Atten, even if it's an interview or a couple of lines or whatever it is, there's always more going on than meets the eye with this man. And so far we have seen him using cryptic clues, right, to drop certain pieces of information or spoilers, whatever you want to call it, and he's downright blatantly announcing people left, right, and center, right? So already, as I said, the startling difference between him and the current regime is well, the current regime is gone, but they have one episode in October. Is startling, absolutely startling, I have to say. But here is this interaction on Instagram, which I found very interesting. And again, is RTD hinting? So, Russell T. Davis, 63, wrote this up. Neil Patrick Harris, welcome to Cardiff. Playing the greatest enemy the Doctor has ever faced. Such a good actor, such a good man. It's an honour and a who. Have fun at Neil Patrick Harris at BBC. Love, heart, ha, and music. So people are actually reading into that as well, that this particular episode might have a musical element to it. If you look at other photographs that we've seen, they're doing this toy Imperium, then it looks like a circus thing, the greatest show in the galaxy. I say there will be some music. But John Sim, official, replied back with, ever, right? Put a frowny face, a smiley, a laugh emoji, I should say, and a love heart emoji. And then RTD says, at null, this year, folks. So, as you know, I've been saying it for a very long time on this channel that there was a possibility, and I was speculating. There was a possibility that this could all kick off a lot sooner than we imagined. And then I gave you a date, and I told you it's Christmas Day. And I do believe, seriously, man, look, it makes sense. It makes sense. If you think about it logically, it makes sense. He started off David Tennant's era with a Christmas special. A Christmas special, right? Christmas specials don't phase RTD like they phase Chibs. Oh, I can't do them. Christmas episodes are very hard to write, right? Doesn't phase them. This is what I mean. This beep the meep. Is this the Celestial Toy Maker? Looking at the other images that I've seen, it's definitely looking like some sort of a festive special. And I don't think he'll do it on New Year's Day. Right? I think it's Christmas Day. I think he's dropping little, and listen, he does say though, and I will throw that out there, that he does throw out little decoys and distractions. So it could be just, but I'm surprised, some fans have picked up on it, right? But it's this one here that, to me, is the more interesting Instagram post. We got another member in the chat. It's the Wolf and the Storm. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, look, I've been saying it on this channel long before anybody else was saying there'd be a Christmas special, right? Soon as I even said it before, I remember even the day that he was announced, and we had everybody on and was talking about it, and I even said, don't be surprised if he starts his era off with a Christmas special, because they're filming right now. I mean, why would they be filming right now for next year? Unless you're filming a lot. But this next one, he's ready for this one. I should have thrown it up ages ago. Oh, there, I have it ready to go and all. I'm an idiot. But this next one, for me, I want to know what you guys think. So, Beth from the Time Ladies, or I don't know what she does now, sorry, but Beth says, Neil Patrick Harris referred to the doctor as this doctor and he, right? And then, underneath it there, Neil Patrick Harris, my current gig never looked more dashing. Thank you for inviting me into your universe. So that was Neil Patrick Harris's reply. Then RTD says, I'll try my hardest to do my worst. This doctor has no idea what's in store. This doctor has no idea what's in store. And even if he does, who cares? Ha ha ha. Ha 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 at BBC Doctor Who. So I'll read his response again. RTD's response was, I'll try my hardest to do my worst. This doctor has no idea what's in store, and even if he does, who cares? Ha 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 at BBC Doctor Who. Now, I will put it out there straight off the bat. Obviously, Shooty has been cast, and he could be referring to in the context that, well, Shooty is next, and I'm doing this for David Tennant's Doctor, blah blah blah, or he could be actually confirming what a lot of people out there have been discussing for months. Is those rumors, we've even spoke about them on this channel, of a possibility of other doctors turning up during this celebration. Now, the media are still calling this the 60th anniversary special, and even the fans are still calling it the 60th anniversary special. And I think that suits RTD down to the ground, because, he doesn't have to think about the fandom knowing there's a possibility that an episode could drop Christmas Day. But I think that's exactly what's going to happen, is an episode is going to drop on Christmas Day. I think we are in for a whirlwind. I think it makes sense to me. Think about it, right? Look what they've been doing over the last couple of months, right? Since he's been announced, right? Or the months since he's been announced. Look what they've done. Announcement after announcement, right? Dropping photographs, right? Fans showing that filming is happening. We've seen all the clips. Now, we've got a centenary special coming up, right? What have we had? We've had a multi interview with the main cast, and an interview by Chris Chibnall, Matt Strevens, and others, right? Okay. We've had, obviously, after we watched The Legend of the Sea Devils, we got a little bit of a trailer of what was to come next. And that's still out there. That's it, right? I think BBC already know, right? I think Chibs already knows that it's game over for this era. And I think that's why there is no promotion. And I think the reason why RTD is probably announcing stuff is quite simple, actually. After October, a lot of fans, whatever Chibnall does, you either retcon the timeless child or you reinforce it or whatever he does, right? But he knows, RTD knows that fans after October are going to be absolutely either way will need picking up, right? Whether it's the Jody fans because the doctor is gone, or whether it's other fans because of whatever Chibnall is going to do in the last episode. So if you think about it, a 2-month break then, and then we get a Christmas special. And I wouldn't be surprised after the centenary that a little teaser drops or something straight after the episode. And I'm telling you, I reckon they'll confirm Christmas Day at the end of that centenary special because fans are going to need it. Fans are going to need it. I'm telling you, I think RTD surprised us all when everybody was speculating what date the new Doctor announcement would be made. We were all speculating the FA Cup, Eurovision, all of that was being speculated and being rumoured and being spoken about. And that probably was the original plan. But he seen the cat was out of the bag, so he preempts, as he always does. But he won't be able to preempt with Christmas Day. It's either happening or it's not. But I actually think it's going to happen. And it's not because of anything I've gotten. It's because it makes sense. With all the announcements that are being made, with the filming happening now, it just makes sense to me. So, I don't know, man. Tell you, he said a few weeks back when he dropped his other announcements that he wouldn't be making announcements for a while. And I suppose a few weeks is a while, but he's back at it again. He's back at it again. And as I said to people, now that's so he's had 2 interactions so far and he's dropped. These always come in 3. So there's something else to come from him. He's not done yet. They always come in 3. Right? He announced he comes back. Right? Then they announce David and Catherine are returning for a special. And then he announces Shooty. Right? And then Yasmin Vinny. He's not done. He's not done. Something else. I feel it in my bones. And the Doctor Who social media accounts and the press office I was looking 2 days ago was very quiet. They were hardly throwing up something. So again, that's another indicator as well. I reckon so, Marty. That's what I reckon the way it'll be done, and we may get a new logo reveal, maybe, just to add that little bit. I think that's what RTD should do. Coming this Christmas, 2022, and then fades in the new Doctor Who logo. Doctor Who returns to Christmas Day. Or something. Just make it, it wouldn't even have to be a big major thing. People hear Doctor Who, Christmas Day, they're locked in. They're locked in. I'm telling you. I've just got this gut feeling that this is kicking off a lot sooner than people think. And you know what? There are a few of us talking about this, but it's not being really taken seriously. And I think people should take this seriously. I honestly do believe, with the way everything is going right now, that a Christmas special is happening. It's happening. They usually say go with your gut. Exactly. I just don't know. There's just something about this that's always struck me as odd. because we still have the current era still going, and the way everything is going, they're I'm telling you, it has to be. That's the only it's the only reason why this all makes sense. BBC are not going to publicly admit that they failed with Chibs, right? But this is probably just, probably said to Russell, right, okay, you've got Doctor Who. Can you get a Christmas special back? Do you reckon you'd be able to do a Christmas special? I just have a funny feeling all of this kicks off Christmas Day. And the media, most of the fandom are playing into his hands because they're still calling this the 60th anniversary. They all still think this is being all shown next year. And I just don't see the logic in filming this side of this year. If you're trying to get something out for next year, 2020, they have a filming schedule. If you go by his filming schedules of the past, this doesn't make sense, right? But if you add the fact that he's doing a Christmas special, then it makes sense. It actually does make sense. But we'll just have to wait and see, I suppose. But look, what a return it would be for Doctor Who, where it belongs, Christmas Day. Now, again, Christmas Day for me would be another clever decision because obviously, it's Christmas. You're with your family. This is the perfect time to strike. Everybody's sitting down after having their turkey and their ham, or whatever, if you're vegan, having your vegan Christmas dinner. I'm telling you, I don't know. The stars for me just seem to be aligning with all of this. Or maybe it's just I'm hoping it is because I want RTD to get the best possible start that he can get. And I do believe that Christmas Day would be that best possible start. You've got everybody at home after eating a few drinks. The mas and dads will be wrecked because the kids will have in their yolk. Then they find out that Doctor Who is back on Christmas Day. Then the parents can finally get a bit of a breather while they're sitting down with their kids watching Doctor Who. Right, when the kids are munching on their little crisps and their candies while they're watching Doctor Who. I mean, I'm telling you, bring it on. Just bring it on. Marty says from NCTV says 6 specials, 1 at Christmas, 1 on New Year's Day, 1 at Easter, 3 on the anniversary week. That's the last I was told. Take it with a grain of salt. Yeah. Look, I kind of was thinking, I did that myself the other night when I was thinking when he could drop episodes and on what dates. I'd go with what you've just said there as well. I didn't put the New Year's Day one in. But if he was to split, but that would be clever as well. Think about it. You split the Christmas special into a 2-parter, right? You leave a cliffhanger and literally you have people waiting a whole week. And I know New Year's Day isn't as popular for Doctor Who, but if he's doing a 2-part story, right, and everybody loved the first story, trust me, New Year's Day, whether you're a kid or a mother or a dad, and you watch the episode and you enjoyed it, you will tune in to watch the second episode before you go out. It's still on early enough before parents or kids go to bed, before the parents go out and ring in the new year. You know what I mean? So bring it on. Look, I don't care, right? I just want October to be done, right? And then it's officially done. We don't need to ever talk about that era again, and we can solely focus on RTD. And of course, we have mostly focused on RTD over the past few weeks on this channel, and we'll continue to do so because it is the new era coming up. So the focus is going to be on them. But we do have one more episode to go of this era, and I just want October to fly in. We're in June now, so we haven't got far long to go. Trust me. As I've said, if people remember this when you were a kid, you used to love your summer holidays, yeah? But when it got to July, right, always the first few weeks of your summer holidays dragged in. It felt great, right? But near the end of your summer holidays, and particularly near the end of July, you would see that it start flying in all of a sudden. The weeks would be flying and your parents can't wait, can't come quick enough before September comes along, you're back in school. So after June, it kind of feels like we get to the other half of the year a lot faster than the first half of the year. It's a bit weird. It obviously that doesn't happen like that, but it feels like that, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it'll be if he's using the Series 4 theme, of course. I hope he does, because it's my favourite one myself, of the David Tennant era, and of the RTD era. I love. He left actually his theme tune. He left Murray Gold left on a high with that one. So yeah, it was pretty good. Look, there's plenty of things to be excited about right now. And I'm just gonna say this: Neil Patrick Harris isn't a diversity hire. See people on both sides now. See, this is the thing. The people on their side that used to criticize people making it all about sexuality and making it all about gender and race are exactly doing the same thing now. That's exactly the way they frame it when they make their argument. Oh, look, it's another diversity hire. Oh, look, they've only cast Neil Patrick Harris because he's a gay man. Forget about the fact that he's won loads of awards and has been around on TV and the movie scene for a long time. Let's throw that all out the window, but let's just call him a diversity hire because it's good to get in the rage clicks. What an utter piece of crap. This is why I've said to you guys, you know, we've got to stop, right? And even with me, you know, as I said, you know, I'll have my opinion on TV shows. I'm not asking you to agree with me, right? All I'm just saying is, I just wish people start going back to watching all of these things for themselves and making up their own minds and their own opinions, right? And I mean, this stupidity coming out of this YouTuber's mouth that Neil Patrick Harris is a diversity hire. That person lost an awful lot of credibility anyway, right? But that's just downright stupid. Then I seen another, right? A lot of these comments, right? And this is how stupid, right, everybody has become. And I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. This is how stupid everybody has become. So, as you know, right, there's a Buzz Lightyear movie coming out. And there's uproar because Tim Allen is not Buzz Lightyear. But what the morons have completely neglected to tell their audience or have let slip right over their heads is that Buzz Lightyear, Tim Allen, was the toy. Right? The character that Chris Evans is playing is Buzz Lightyear, the human, right? The human. So basically, the toy that Andy had, the Tim Allen toy, right? The Buzz Lightyear Tim Allen, right? Was the toy based off that movie. And Tim Allen played an exaggerated version of Buzz Lightyear, right? This Buzz Lightyear is the human Buzz Lightyear. It's the real Buzz Lightyear. That's how they framed the movie. The fact that there's check marks out there saying, oh, Disney Plus should be ashamed of themselves. Me mate Tim Allen should be Buzz Lightyear. Yous are absolutely a bunch of fools, right? Yous are neglecting to tell yous our audience, or yous are just, it's gone over yous our heads, right? Okay? This is the human version, Chris Evans. The Tim Allen version of Buzz Lightyear was an exaggerated version, and it was a toy. What do you not get? Right? Because we had some bigger YouTuber out there that wears a mask slating this movie, right? Saying, oh, I'm not going to watch this, going to be horseshit. Tim Allen's not really Tim Allen's Buzz Lightyear. Read the fucking information. Don't be getting outraged for nothing when you don't know what you are talking about. You are leaving out the relevant information because you just want people to be outraged, which is even worse. Right? So that's the context there, folks. That's the reality of the situation, right? The Buzz Lightyear movie that we're getting now is based off the human Buzz Lightyear. The Tim Allen version was the toy version of that, an exaggerated version of Buzz Lightyear, right? That's the difference. But these morons have neglected to either tell the audience or have this, it's gone over their heads, right? And they don't get it because they're so angry all the time. There's a rumor going around that Russell is taking the Doctor Who slot at Comic-Con this year. Supposedly Chibnall wants everything over and done with. Not sure how reliable that is. Well, if we go by Chibs in the past MCTV, I would say there's a very high possibility of that happening. And that would probably be the best thing to do. Look, this era is over in October, right? It would make no sense for them to take these Comic-Con slots, right? It should be given to RTD. And it should be used as a PR exercise to win this fandom over, to win the general audience over before he drops on. It's perfect timing. Yeah, I agree. I think Chibs should step aside. Or if he has decided that, then I think it's a great decision. You know, RTD's already hit the ground running, and all he's done is put up a few social media posts. Can you imagine what it'll be like when he starts going to these conventions? And trust me, all these YouTubers that complain about him will be there lining up to get his autograph and tell him how great he is. And thanks for coming back and saving Doctor Who. I'd go along with that. I can see him doing it, and Sony would demand it, says Raymond O'Reilly, who is a member. Remember, this weekend we will be on the main on this part, not the member side of it. We will be continuing our Matt Smith watch-alongs. So we're on. I think we've got one more story to do, so we'll be doing that this weekend. And then next week, then we will be starting our RTD watch-along members streams, and we'll hopefully have a few guests that are RTD fans to come on and discuss the episodes with us. It'll be more in-depth. We won't be as quiet as we are for the normal ones. We will be talking quite a lot because we have actually seen RTD's era over and over again. We're just putting it on so we can have, while there's certain scenes on, we can talk about them, why we like them or why we dislike them and stuff like that. So it'll be a more in-depth analysis of the RTD era. So if you're a member, look out for them. If you haven't become a member yet, please do, because they will be very interesting. I can guarantee you that. And it'll be interesting to see what opinions our guests we'll have when I bring them on. And it'll be more one-on-one things. So I'll be bringing a guest on, hopefully, for maybe each episode, different guests, and rotate from those guests. You know what I mean? If we can't get any more, then we'll keep a number of guests, but have them on different weeks, mix it up a little bit. And obviously these will be fans of the RTD era, so it'll be all come and join us, because it'll be interesting to hear from fans of RTD while they're rewatching. So that's why I want to do it. So check them out as well, and we'll be doing a few more interviews as well. So look out for them on the members stream. I've thrown up a good few member streams right now. If you haven't caught up on them, please do. And as I said, as you are a member, go into the members tab. And if you have any suggestions of any topics that you would like me to cover, it's important that you members as well, just to say, guys, you know, yous obviously pay for some content. So it's important as well that if there's something that you would like me to cover, to leave it in the members tab. I do check the community tab, and I do check the members tab, just in case there is any comments left on any of those, because sometimes I throw polls up on the community tab. So leave a suggestion if you have any suggestions, any topics you would like me to cover, just to throw that out there. Looking forward to the new era. Plenty of new content for the podcast, LOL. Yeah, it's going to be a very busy time for us all in the YouTube community. We're going to be very busy. It's going to be very fascinating now to me. You know, we've already seen, you know, the fan and audience reaction, and it's been very interesting to say the least. So this is a fascinating time in the fandom as well. You know, I won't be just talking about, you know, what RTD has planned and what he's going to do. I'm going to be looking at the fandom very closely and assessing how the fandom feel, and get the pulse of the fandom. And we've always been very good at that on this channel. We do kind of gauge the fandom, and we kind of predict a lot of things quite well. A lot of the YouTubers, it's not hard. It's not hard. I mean, you know, when you do this at first, you know, you have to find your feet, of course. But then when you get to see the rhythm of things and how things go, how certain eras perform, certain seasons perform, how the fandom reacts, you know, you take all of that on board. And we've been doing this now, 5 years during this whole complete Chibnall era. So I've learned quite a lot over 5 years. This era has been a learning experience anyway, on what to do as a YouTuber and what not to do as a YouTuber. Will I make the same mistakes that I made over the last 5 years? And listen, I've never said I'm perfect on this. We've all made mistakes, and we've all probably crossed the line, without a shadow of a doubt, over the last 5 years. But a lot of it was provoked, especially from the other side, personal attacks. You know, could have handled the situations a little bit better than I did. That's the regret I have. Other than that, you know, at the time, I'll defend me and my friends, and that's the end of it. And if anybody comes after us or tries to harm or cause any emotional distress to any of my friends or me or my wife, well, then you've crossed that line. You've crossed the line. And that won't be happening again. You know, and I have noticed the fandom is a lot more calmer than it has been in quite a while, which is nice to see. Because this fandom could do with a calm period and a period of reflection. Marty says he's just sent me. Hold on now. Yes, they do. So there's a clip. Someone took a photograph of a clipper board. This is actually probably exclusive now. I don't know if it's actually exclusive. Is it exclusive? Did you just get that now, Marty? Because if it is, then it is exclusive, and we'll say it's exclusive. So we have a clipper board here that does confirm that this is episode 3, scene 9. And it was just posted apparently on the platform that I don't like to really talk about, but in fairness, just like Reddit, they've kind of the common sense rumors have come to the surface. So this comes from Gallifrey base. So it's up to you ourselves to take it, whatever which way you want to take it. As I say, you know, with all things, especially on those platforms, we just have to be a little bit careful. Doesn't necessarily mean, but you know, as I said, they have proven to come true over the last couple of months, which is actually nice to see. As I said, it just goes to show you that doesn't matter how much you infiltrate those sites, common sense will come true. Now, I have seen whoever's gotten a hold of this photograph has actually sharpened it, because you can tell. But you can clearly see there. See, now this, I don't know what this is. This wouldn't happen when you sharpen it. So is that, I don't know. See, that looks like someone's jacket there, someone's shoulder there. But why would they be sitting down? But that looks like a bit of a head there as well. So I think someone is actually sitting there. It's a bit weird, but they're walking. So they've no legs. I don't know. But there you go. That's what's being thrown up on Gallifrey base. Episode 3, scene 4, as Marty said there. So I don't know. Look. Even if it is fake, right, and it mightn't be, it could be legit, right? We've all known for a long time that this 60th or this thing that RTD was doing was going to be a multi-episode event, right? So I don't think I don't think I don't think we're wrong as fans. I think we've got absolutely spot on. Now, someone could fake that just to try and reinforce what all fans believe, which is a little bit bad, but you can understand why people would do it, because, you know. But there's no doubt that this isn't just a one-off event. I think this whole thing with this is to try win as many people back to the show as possible before Series 14 kicks off. I'm telling you. I just buzzing. I just can't wait. It'll be, look, whatever he puts on screen will be 10 times better than Chibs. Right? We know while we're watching in the first 10 or 15 minutes, we'll either be excited, intrigued, but we certainly won't be bored. Right? This is the first time in a very long time that I could sit here and actually say that I believe that this show can kickstart itself again and be a success again. There's nothing stopping it if it's treated with care and respect, and it's written the way it should be written, and we're given stories what fans and the general audience expect. it's not a hard brief, right? It's not a hard brief, but it is hard to write for Doctor Who. That is the thing, though. And we've even seen Moffat struggle during his era. And I'm not saying the RTD era is perfect either, because a lot of fans would say it's not perfect, Noel, and he's all right. It's not perfect, but you've got to look at the consistency and the level of writing and who was consistently better between the three showrunners that we've had out of them. Well, if you were to ask me, it's RTD, hands down, without a shadow of a doubt. Stephen Moffat is a very talented writer. We've seen that with Sherlock. Unfortunately, his Doctor Who story suffered when he started working on that show. Stephen Moffat's fourth season in charge of Doctor Who was his best season, in my opinion. It was a great season. And he actually started off the second season very well with The Impossible Astronaut. I actually did like that two-parter. But then after that, it kind of went off the wayside a little bit. Because he's getting distracted. And a bit of, Sherlock was starting to bleed into Doctor Who and vice versa. But consistently writing well throughout his run was RTD. So I just think there's too much positivity around his announcement compared to the other two. That's why I'm still kind of baffled, but can understand it to a certain extent because of what's happened the last 5 years. But I am kind of baffled by everybody's response to RTD and his casting decisions. There's still work for him to do. With the fandom. And what a way to bring the fandom together to do a multi-episode event leading right up to the Doctor Who anniversary. It would look, if that doesn't win fans over, nothing will. And I think even RTD himself, after he does this didn't work, right, or the ratings just didn't come in, then I think he would be seriously worried, to be quite honest with you. But I don't know. I just think the momentum is with him right now. I think there's a lot of positivity around everything right now. Doctor Who is trending like I haven't seen a trend in 5 years. And look, the other side can deny it all they want. This complete era, if you look over every season that Doctor Who was on air, and you look at the trends at the time, they were way below what Doctor Who would normally trend. And for example, as I said, 53,000 Irish people got Doctor Who trending in this country. Nobody talks about Doctor Who in this country. There is Doctor Who fans here in Ireland, but to have 53,000 tweets, over 53,000 tweets talking about Doctor Who in Ireland, and RTD's return and David Tennant and catch-up, that's never happened. So it's had a positive impact. There's no denying that. Of course, some do have issue with a couple of things that he has said, and obviously some people have a problem with the casting decisions that he's made right now, and they still have to be convinced, which we always knew was going to happen. We're under no illusion that RTD doesn't have a hard job, but this whole event, this whole thing that he's doing, that everybody's calling the 60th anniversary special, I think this kicks off in December. I think he's on the charm offensive. And what a way to actually put a smile on think about it, right? For the first time in 5 years, you will be able to get up Christmas Day or Christmas morning, right? Do what you do, whether you have kids or whether you spend time with your family, exchange presents, whatever it is you do, right? Have your dinner, right? Think about it. Later on that night, between maybe 6:30, 7 p.m., Doctor Who will be on TV. Think about it. Imagine the positivity that would have. People would actually look forward to Christmas again. Christmas hasn't felt the same for me. I have to be honest, right? I've enjoyed, me and Cheryl have put a lot of effort into the Christmas, right? Because, it's me, Cheryl, and Ted. It's not that we don't get invited anywhere. It's just, we've gotten to the stage where, we like to stay home and celebrate Christmas ourselves. Nothing wrong with that, right? But it just hasn't had this quite the same feel, because no Doctor Who. I'd spend all morning up cooking the dinner, getting the turkey ready, the ham. I'd have old episodes of Doctor Who on the telly, right? Christmas specials and all while I'm cooking, sitting down, up and down like a blue arse fly, but I'm loving it. Right? That's how you get tired. It's all the up and down because you have to keep an eye on everything because everything has different cooking times. You have to put certain stuff on at certain times. It's all, use ourselves what Christmas like. It's hectic. But yeah, but after all of that, right, you sit down, you have your dinner, and you've done a good day's work, and you're proud of the dinner that you've thrown out, and you're like, yeah, I actually really outdid myself that time. You just want to sit down, relax, couple of beers, and whack on the TV and watch Doctor Who. Haven't been able to do that. None of us have. Right? I'm telling you, bringing it back Christmas Day, and I'm just going to say this, right? And a lot, I don't know if people will agree with me on this one or not. I know the people that right now that are not so sure about RTD right now would probably disagree with me, but I'm going to say it because of what I've seen and what the evidence has shown. But if he throws out something Christmas Day, right, and we get Doctor Who Christmas Day, I think he'll win. I think he'll win a lot of people over. I think those people that are still hesitant, I think he'll win a lot of them over. Because even though they'll be expecting Series 14 to be something different, the first indicator we'll get is how good is he at writing Doctor Who now will be this whole event, right? And if he can win an audience over and captivate the audience again, right, I think he will win a lot of people back over. And I think you'll see what you saw when he announced when they announced he was coming back, and you're seeing the impact that had. So that's where I stand on that anyway. It was Neil Patrick Harris's birthday today. He was 49. 49. He's hitting the big 5-0 soon. He's hitting the big 5-0 soon. We've got a Facebook user because the name doesn't come up. Won't win me over. It's still going to be woke. Of course, that is your opinion, and you're entitled to that opinion. my response to that would be as well, I would go back and watch the RTD era again. Because if you're a fan of the RTD era back in the day, I would say then to you then, well, how can you say it's going to be woke when it was already woke back in the day? The difference is that RTD, as I said, puts his storytelling first. He builds his characters up. I see a lot of this comment, he won't win me over, it's woke. I mean, if you want to repeat the same line that people have been repeating for the last 5 years when it comes to any TV show, that's the same line that's used for every TV show. It won't win me over because it's woke. You haven't seen it. You haven't seen it. So how do you know? And as I said, even if it is quote unquote woke as you claim, right? He was already woke back in 2005. You'd probably want to rewatch his whole era again. As I said, he puts his storytelling first. He doesn't focus on that. And what he does is he introduces characters and brings characters in that are well developed. Right? Unlike the characters that we had in the current era, not well developed. Yaz has this whole backstory that we're supposed to believe, but it's so shoddy and so poorly put together that it's not believable. Now, if you give Yasmin Khan to RTD and you get him to write her character, well, she'd be more convincing. He'd convince us she was a police officer, right? He'd get rid of this mental health nonsense because he's a clever writer, that cops and mental health don't mix. People that go through this training go through all of this mental well-being testing to see if they're able to cope in certain situations. So they wouldn't even hire a person with mental health issues. But Chris Chibnall wrote her that way. RTD wouldn't write her that way. He know that would be a stupid path to go down and it wouldn't make sense. So he developed her character better. Now, whether she'd be able to produce on screen or not now is a different fucking story. But this is the point here, right? When it comes to character development and storytelling, there's no better man than RTD, right? And as I said, I say to people that say, well, it's still going to be woke, you're still listening to the same people that are telling you that BBC are in charge. BBC aren't in charge of jack shit. Many times do fans have to be told. This is a Bad Wolf production in conjunction with Sony. BBC Studios are there to distribute it. They have no say in what happens with Doctor Who right now, right? They don't make any decisions and they don't force casting decisions on RTD. Why the hell would he come back if they're going to start doing that? And for the people that keep saying, well, he agrees with the BBC agenda. Well, he did back in 2005 and nobody gave a shit then. That's the point, right? Nobody gave a crap then. But because of the last 5 years that we've had under the current production team, now everybody, this has been heightened more. So now that he's come back now, people would rather focus on that rather than focus on the attention of what he actually did good for Doctor Who, which was his writing, his character development and his storytelling. That won't change. He's not going to suddenly come in and have a 180 and completely go against everything that he believes the way Doctor Who should be written. He's not going to ruin his own reputation and he's not going to ruin his legacy. Right? Now, if you don't want to watch it, he won't win you over. That's fine. Fair enough. Right? But at the end of the day, I'm seeing this comment over and over and over again. And it's the same comment. Like, it won't win me over. It's still going to be woke. That's fine. Fair enough. But explain why it's going to be woke. And I'll explain to you that why RTD did it back in the day, and then obviously you're not seeing it or you refuse to see it. This is the thing. People have got caught up in all of this. Nobody's against woke stuff or woke culture, as they call it, whatever you want to fucking call it. Nobody's been ever against it because it's always been there. Obviously, over the years, it's become more radicalized like everything else. That's the only difference, right? But it doesn't mean when RTD comes in, he's going to keep that radical approach, right? The last 5 years have shown that that radical approach doesn't work. So you mean to tell me he's going to come in after taking it over with his studio, he's going to ruin his reputation, and he's going to continue this agenda? If that's what you believe, so be it, right? But currently, there is no evidence to back that up because you've seen absolutely nothing. And until I see something, I'm not going to judge something until I see it. Okay? So that's why I'm watching his first series and I'm giving him a go, because none of these decisions that I've made have swayed me either way. I'm watching. Right? And if that upsets people because they believe I shouldn't watch because they believe it's woke, well, that's your opinion. I'm going to watch. I'm going to make up my mind because I'm not a blooming fucking sheep. And I don't just listen to other people out there that tell me it's going to be shit. I will give my opinion on it, but I'll always encourage people to go and watch these things for themselves. Tots TV was woke. You had a little white tot, a French girl tot, and a black tot, said LOL. And Raymond O'Reilly, can't judge what's going to happen until it happens. I'll judge it then, but I'm excited, says Raymond. And I'm not reading out that comment because I know the reason why you're in here is to get me to react again. And I'm just sick and tired of having to respond to your messages. As I said, BBC have no control over Doctor Who. If that's what you believe, that they have full editorial control, then that's fair enough, but they don't. Bad Wolf does. Why would Bad Wolf take it if BBC are going to dictate? Makes no sense. They signed the contract. It's done. The legend has gone to bed. Good night, legend. Good night, legend. Just saying it was creeping in the 90s. That's what I mean. Even in the 80s. Listen, this has been around. I've been watching shows, movies that I watched back in the day as a kid, and all of this went all over me head, right? I'm an adult now and I've watched back. Seriously, man, this so-called woke agenda has been around since the fucking 60s. Okay? It's just, as the years have gone on, it's gotten more and more prevalent. And then especially these last particular years, since we went into the noughties, as I say, everything has become very, very political, very extreme, and very radicalized, right? And that's what's happened. And especially the last 5 years where it's been drummed into the audience's head, right? And this is why we're getting some of the reaction that we're getting, right? Instead of going on the facts that we have, which is, and the evidence, which is his past era, fans would rather focus on the woke stuff because that's where the focus has been for the last 5 years because of the current era. And they want to continue down this same road. Whereas instead of looking at objectively, looking at the evidence of his first era, you know, seeing how he constructs these stories, builds these characters, and when he does introduce so-called LGBTQ plus characters, how he develops them, how he gives them story, how he gives them backstory. Captain Jack is a perfect example of that. Even Jenny and Vastra ended up doing their own thing at the time, back in the day in London around the Jack the Ripper time. I can't remember the dates when Jack the Ripper was around, so excuse me if I can't remember, or forgive me if I can't remember. But they were doing their own little thing with Strax there, again, developing them even further. This is the thing. The evidence is there. Unfortunately, because of the last 5 years, people that are saying that this is going to be woke won't look at the evidence in front of them because of the last 5 years, because they were told that they're not fans, because they were called every name under the sun. And to a certain extent, as I said, I get all that. but sometimes, you just have to take a step back and look at all of this. But, look, that's the way I'm doing it. People mightn't agree with the way I'm doing it, but that's the way we should be looking at these things logically. And there's no evidence to back up that RTD is going to completely just go full woke and throw story creation out the window and character development out the window. Because if you look at his last few shows, there's no way he's going to do that. So again, the evidence is not there right now. The only way that the evidence will be confirmed or denied is when we see his first full season of Doctor Who, and then that's when you'll be able to make your mind up whether you are right or whether fans were right to back him and to give him the benefit of the doubt. Right? But nobody wins here anyway, just to make that clear. It's just sad that the fandom has gotten to this point because of what's happened the last 5 years. Right? Again, as I said, I'm not like other YouTubers that have the opinions that you want, right? But I'm just sick and tired of people just, putting misconceptions out there. Or, not looking at it properly. I mean, his sexuality. I'll just address that. His sexuality, I don't give a feck who he humps. All right, so that's irrelevant. His skin color is irrelevant. Is another thing I'd say. Because if you've been watching this channel for over the past few years, you will see that I've been championing Richard Ayoade for the last few years on this channel. So his skin color makes no difference. As for the trans companion, Yasmin Finney, I haven't actually seen her in anything. I'm going to be out straight there. But for what I've heard and for what I've seen, they're a good actor. And that's all that should count. If you want to just focus on the fact that they're transgender, focus on the fact that the guy happens to be black and happens to be gay, well, good luck to you. Focus on that. But I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on what they've done in the past, right? Look at his awards that he's won. What people say about him. Same with Yasmin. I've done the same thing. See what people have said about Yasmin. What their acting ability, right? That's what I look at. Okay? You want to focus on the other stuff, fine. But you can take it somewhere else because I'm not focusing on that. Right? There's nothing to indicate because you're black and gay that you're going to be a bad doctor. And there's nothing to indicate that if you're trans that you're going to be a bad actress. Okay? So cut the bullshit. Yeah? Just cut the bullshit. No one was How do you know? How do you know? Because YouTubers out there have told you, right? Or because it's been done the last 5 years. No one's because of their acting ability. Well, again, you're wrong there because RTD did it the first time in his first run, cast based on ability. Right? So again, you've no evidence to back up your claim. I don't listen to people out there. I kind of try to think for myself, but it has been said by some out there that there's certain elements of this fandom that just basically put it this way, shouldn't be part of the fandom. Like, I mean, if you're going to just focus on that, that's fine. But take it somewhere else, right? I'm basing him judging off his acting ability. As I said, the awards that he has won and Yasmin have won, and basing it off that, right? I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap about sexuality, gender, or skin color. Okay, now that might come as a surprise for the other side, because they like to call me racist and transphobic and all of this other rubbish that they've called me over the 5 years. But it's actually not true. All I've ever done is try to defend those groups, because I've seen what Chibnall has done. He's one of these. He's so disrespectful with the way he handles certain issues in the show. It's unbelievable that he gets praise for it, and that's all I've ever done. Right? So I just want to make it clear to people that subscribe to me: if you're thinking that you're going to have me here bashing Shooty because he's black and gay, you've come to the wrong channel. Right? Or you think I'm going to bash Yasmin Finney for being trans? Well, then you've come to the wrong channel. Right? Because as I said, right, I've discussed this at length with people over the years, but I don't like discussing it. I've given my opinions on the trans issue, right? And I've said all I've had to say, right? But I'll say this, as I've always said: if you're a grown-ass adult, you can do whatever the hell you want to do, okay? Live and let live, as I said, right? So I don't give a crap who he has actually hired to play parts in Doctor Who. I'm basing it off the fact that this man is brilliant at character development, and I've seen nobody better at it in the UK industry right now, right? I'm basing it off the fact that he has an eye for talent and can pick these obscure people out of nowhere, right, and turn them into absolute superstars, because he has seen something in them that maybe the audience haven't seen, right? This is a man that has always cast based on talent. If you go back to Doctor Who in the early day, you look who he cast in all of the roles that were cast, even the supporting cast, all great actors and actresses, great pedigree, right? All class. Right? Because he has an eye. He doesn't cast based on all of that. Just because the current production team have done that for the last 5 years does not suggest that RTD is going to go against everything that he believes in and do the opposite and carry on with this agenda. But your argument is that, well, the evidence is there because he's cast a black gay man and he's cast a trans actress. That's the evidence. But yeah, as I said, if you go back and look at his first era, he always casts based on talent, and always has. You know, when Shooty was announced, I was having a private conversation with someone that was excited just as much as I was. And they actually posed this question at the time. I didn't take much notice of it until now, and it's just after popping into my head right now. I wonder if people would have had the same reaction if they had cast a white gay actor in the role. Would they say it was a diversity hire then? I'm just saying. And anyway, as I said, if you believe that he's going to go down the same route as Chris Chibnall, even though the evidence doesn't back this up, because as I said, his forced era actually proves that he considers Doctor Who a show where it must be respected and it must be written a certain way. I don't think he's going to go against that just because BBC might have an agenda and he might agree with some of it. So he will use Doctor Who as a platform to push that agenda. If I honestly did believe that, then I would be agreeing with everybody, but I don't. And I've never been so sure about something in all my life. And it's only because it's RTD. It's only because it's RTD. Because I can look at it objectively. I can look back at his era. I could see the woke elements in there. Right? They're there for everybody to see. The difference is that these characters are so good. The storytelling is so good that even though he might have a message there to try and convey to his audience, it's not hammering you over the head. It's done subtly. Now, if you have a problem with that, that's fine, fair enough. But I'm going to tell you now, that's modern TV now and movies, whether you like it or not. This ain't going away. It ain't going away. Now, some shows will overcompensate, some movies will overcompensate, and they'll go full woke, right? And they'll forget about storyline and plots and stuff like that, right? But I don't believe that Russell will actually, you know what? He would, if he did that, he would lose his integrity, right? He would ruin his legacy. I just do not believe he would come in, continue this, and ruin his legacy. He will write Doctor Who as he's always wrote it. He will have the woke elements in it. Nobody has ever denied that he's had woke elements in his show. But as I said, writing, character development will be first and foremost. Member Wolf and the Storm says, since it's been a problem over the years, you suddenly see it everywhere, even where it doesn't exist. Wait, watch. There's a reason Russell has the reputation he has. Exactly. It's another good point and a valid point to be made. But look, see again, it's just until something is actually shown. Until it's not, until we see something, basically, we won't know. And that's where I stand on it. What are your thoughts on this article? Russell T. Davis cannot redeem Doctor Who. Yeah, I read it. Interesting piece. I disagree, but the person who wrote the article is entitled to their opinions on it. But again, you know, as I said, that's their opinion. I don't agree with it, and that's basically it. Because I honestly don't want to get into that article. I actually found that article quite. It reflects the modern fandom right now. There just has to be a negative spin on everything. And as Wolf and Storm has said, you know, people want to see agendas and stuff where there mightn't actually be necessarily agendas there. It's kind of sad, because, you know, we give about the extreme left and stuff like that, but every part of fandom has become extreme now. Every part of society. It's sad to see. So Marty's going to give me a sneak preview. That's absolutely fantastic. Again, as I said, you're talking about Doctor Who on the BBC. This is a Bad Wolf and Sony production. I don't know how many times I have to say it. I don't know where you're getting your information from, but BBC do not have any say of what RTD does with Doctor Who. Every decision that has been made is RTD sanctioned. RTD would not have come back to Doctor Who if he would have to take orders from BBC. Why would he bring his own production company in? Sure, he might as well leave his own production company there and just take Doctor Who over under BBC and just follow their agenda. See, again, it just makes no sense what you're saying. You know, why would he bring his own production company in, right, and do what the BBC want to do, therefore maybe harming the reputation of Bad Wolf Studios? Again, nobody thinks these things through. They just like to spout things out of their mouths and hope that fans out there are outraged enough to believe it. If he was going to follow a BBC agenda, right, he wouldn't need to bring Bad Wolf Studios in, right? He could have left Bad Wolf Studios there, kept Roadblock open, and continued to do Doctor Who the BBC way, right? Okay, but that's not what's happening. And there's no way he's going to put Bad Wolf's good reputation on the line for a few people in the BBC saying, okay, you've got to do this, that, and the other. No, I don't see it. I don't see it. Again, you say, sorry, I don't trust the BBC. Nothing to do with the BBC. This is a misconception, right? It's a Bad Wolf Studios production in conjunction with Sony. BBC Studios are distributing the show. They have no creative control. They signed over creative control to RTD. Anyway, I'm not getting into a big debate with people in the chat. Believe what you want to believe. Say what you want to say. But you aren't, as I said, you seem to want to just come in because I'm talking positively about it, and you want to drag the conversation into a conversation like this. It's not happening again because I'm not putting up with it anymore, right? I already know what your opinions are. You've told me over 40 fucking times now, just like the rest of the people that come in the odd time just to fucking make the same comment over and over again. If you don't want to watch Doctor Who, well then stop complaining about it. All right? But I'm going to be watching, and the subscribers that want to stay subscribed to me are going to come along on this journey with me, right? But that ain't changing, right? So do what you please, but you won't be doing it here. You can frame it whatever way you want. As I said, you know, you've given me your opinion. I don't want to hear it anymore now. Yeah, because Radio Times speaks for the BBC. Radio Times hasn't spoke for the BBC in 5 years, man. You're going to believe the Radio Times. They come out with some of the worst bullshit. Sure, if you believe the Radio Times, Series 13, no, sorry, was a Series, what series was affected by the pandemic? Was it Series 13? I think it was. If you were to believe the Radio Times, Series 13 was going to be full animation. Yeah, good group of names there, Marty. Sonia and Bad Wolf, no, BBC Drama, BBC will distribute it, and that's it. Look, I'm blue in the face trying to explain this. And even Marty is confirming what I've said. Listen, nobody wants to do the research on this. I have. Marty has, and other people that are actually, willing to actually do the research because they don't want to bullshit their audience, right? Bad Wolf and Sony have to follow the Ofcom guidelines. Creative control has been handed over to them by the BBC. It was one of the last things Piers Wenger did. Exactamundo. And that's exactly what's happened. So this is, and I keep telling you, I'm blue in the face saying it, there's a narrative being set out there telling you that this is BBC controlled and BBC run and all this, and they're there because of this stupid rumor that came out from a masked fucking YouTuber, right, that said that Toby Stevens was cast, and this fucking prick started all of this shit up because, they have to be outraged. Yeah, it was bullshit. Anyway, I'm leaving it there because, we actually came in here, which we did actually talk about. We were talking about was RTD because that's the topic of conversation. But people want to change the topic of conversation in the chat. So from now on, this is what's going to happen, right? I'm going to put up a stream, and whatever topic of conversation we're talking about is to stay on that topic of conversation. If it deviates from that topic of conversation, like it has tonight from certain people, they'll be removed. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to tolerate it, right? Take your fucking stuff somewhere else, right? Okay? Take your bullshit somewhere else, right? Because I'm here to fucking enjoy this, and I am enjoying it, and some people out there want to ruin it for everybody with their bullshit. Take it somewhere else. Right, I'm off anyway. I'll talk to you all very soon. Have a good one. Don't forget to tune in over the weekend as well. As I said, we will have our new Who return with Matt Smith. Come and join us for that if you don't think it's too woke. And as I said, we'll have more member streams as well. And we'll be starting off our RTD member streams as well. So if you're a member, look out for them as well, and come and join us for them. So yeah. So as I said, back on Saturday to finish off Matt Smith, and of course join us if you don't think it is too woke, or you're not offended by someone's skin color in it, or their sexuality. Come and join us for that. And as I said, Classic Who is still on hiatus for a while. We'll probably bring that back. If we'll see what happens in December, and we'll see what happens up until now until December. If there's an opportunity to bring it back before then, we will. If not, it'll be next year. Our stream's still on. Yeah, I'll organize it with you now. Definitely this time. Just give me. I'll text you tomorrow. We'll organize it. Do me a favor tonight, actually, Jack. Let me know what days and times you're available for over the next few days or week, and we'll pick a time then. Cam's Crash Courses. Hello everyone, take it easy and be well, have some fun. Yeah, that's it. Raymond O'Reilly says Raymond O'Reilly says, night, night, lads. Evening, no. You too, Raymond. Wolf and Storm says, absolutely right, no. Look, it's everywhere I go. I can't just sit back and enjoy this, because some people are just so caught up in their hatred right now, that they want to spoil it for others. Now, some people will say, well, that's exactly what you were doing to Jodie Whittaker fans. No, there's a difference. They're actually attacking us first. We never actually opened their mouths. We just didn't like what was going on with the show. We had every right to express that. The difference is this time, though, is that these people are doing exactly what the J-Bots did. They don't want us to enjoy this. They want us to be as miserable as them. And I refuse to be as miserable as them. Right? I'm sick of having petty little arguments because someone wants to come in and change the topic of conversation altogether and drag it down. And it's not happening anymore. Right? Sick and tired of all the bullshit, all the fucking pettiness, all the fucking stupidity that's going on. It needs to fucking stop. If you don't want to watch Doctor Who and you believe it's woke, that's fine. Don't be coming into my chat and telling me about it. I already get it. So if you're not going to watch, why are you so fucking focused on telling people that it's going to be woke if you're not going to watch? See, this is the thing I don't actually get, right? These people are kicking, screaming and complaining that it's woke. Oh, look, gay black doctor. Oh, look, trans companion. It's going to be woke. Right, fair enough. You made your initial point. Now, fuck off. Because clearly you're not going to watch it. So why are you still here complaining about it? Fuck off. You've made your point. Bye-bye. You've drawn the line. You said you're not watching. So goodbye. See you. Au revoir. Don't let the door kick you on the way out. That's my point. Right? These people are not even going to watch. And they're still in people's chats complaining that it's going to be woke. Well, you haven't got a fucking leg to stand on because you haven't seen any of it. You're basing it judged on the last 5 years because of the way the fandom and everything has been politicized. So you just want to believe that it's going to be the same old story, right? But you're not even going to watch, right? You've made it clear. Loads of people made it clear. I'm not watching. I'm not going to watch, right? Well, then fuck off then. Let everybody else enjoy it, right? Difference is we watched this current era. I didn't fuck off. I watched this current era. That's why I had every right to have the opinions that I fucking had. Right? Some of these people said they're not even going to watch. Well, then go on. Get out then. It is getting old. You're right, Bobby. It's getting old. So bye-bye. You're not going to watch. You don't need to be in. Keep saying, oh, Doctor Who's going to be woke. Star Trek's going to be woke. Star Wars going to be woke. Same fucking crap that comes out of our mouths regurgitated by other YouTubers out there time and time a fucking again. Who's become the sheep fucking now? Am I talking about you? I'm talking about people in general. Right? I'm telling people in general, the ones that are complaining about it but are not going to watch. But then fuck off. Right? I'm just sick and tired of it. This is what you wanted anyway. That's why you came into the chat. You got your reaction. So here is your reaction. Well done. Right? That's what you wanted. You got it. All right? Because you wanted to talk crap in the chat. So here I am. Here's your reaction. So anybody has a problem with any casting because the man happens to be black or gay, fuck off. Simple. There's no evidence to back you up that this is going to follow the same agenda as Chris Chibnall. None whatsoever, right? The evidence points that this is a man that knows what he's doing with Doctor Who, but you just want to ignore that, right? So if you just want to ignore that and not look at the facts and look at all the interviews that he's done while he was showrunner of the show and since he's left the show, well then I will say fuck off then, right? Because you're not looking at it objectively. You're not willing to look at the fucking evidence because you're so caught up in this fucking vicious circle where you just have to see negativity in everything. And that's what I'm seeing on this platform over the last fucking year especially. It's more prevalent over this last year, but it's been slowly happening over the last 5 years, especially these last 3 years. Look, I'm not disagreeing with you that this current era has been an absolute disaster. We all agree on that, right? But don't be basing, right? Don't be then thinking because that's happened, right? That this is what RTD is going to do, right? People have to look at this objectively, and people are not looking at this objectively. And I'm going to call it out, and I said I fucking would, and I will. I'll call it out. I'm sick and tired of this, man. Just wait and see what happens. If you're proven right, you can all give yourselves a pat on the back, sit on your big fucking thrones and collect your fucking money. Yeah? Right? But I don't know why you would want to be right in the first place. You all claim to be Doctor Who fans. You want the show to be the best version that it can be. But yeah, you just want to sit there, bash at every opportunity you get. Even though the current fucking era, or the new era that we're talking about in question hasn't even fucking started yet. I'm just done with everybody just moaning all the time. There's nothing yet to judge anything off, right? If you want to just judge based on certain castings because an actor happens to be black, because that's what keeps coming up, a black. They can't just bring up a gay actor. You have to bring up their skin color. So I'll question why you're bringing up their skin color. So their skin color must be a fucking issue, right? Because that's how people logically would think about it. But logic's gone out the window now. Oh no, it's not because they're black. I'm just saying because they're black and gay. There's an woke agenda. Anyway, I'm done. Got to bring Ted out. And as I said, I haven't done it yet, but I've already linked the YouTube channel, this YouTube channel, to the PlayStation. I am considering doing a test gaming stream to see how people react to it. As I said, there might be a possibility that this channel will have to evolve. There might be a possibility that, these people are right and RTD completely messes it up, right? Which, if that's the case, as I have said, I will walk away. So the channel will have to focus on other things. So we might have to branch out into other things, and I do like gaming as well. Now, obviously, there won't be as many of those as there has been on the second channel. Obviously, it'd be a gaming stream a week. I think that would be fair, so the channel's not overtaken by gaming streams. I was thinking maybe 1 or 2 a week, would probably one at the start of the week, one at the end of the week, sort of thing, maybe, or midweek, something like that. And that obviously on top of all the streams that we do already. So yeah, I'm still thinking about, even though the poll said go ahead, but only 26 people voted in that poll. And to be quite honest with you, we do have a lot more people that tune in or watch after the fact. So if you want to leave a comment and let me know, and I'll kind of tally those comments up with the votes that we've gotten, and we'll see. I'm still thinking about it, been thinking long and hard about it, because then what do I do with the second channel? Is the question, because we've got over 300 subscribers on that one. So I don't know what to do with that one then. Then I was thinking maybe it'd be a good idea to have it as a backup, just in case something happened to the main channel. Yeah, if there's some Doctor Who games available on PlayStation and they're not mad expensive, because I have seen some that are mad expensive, then I might consider buying some Doctor Who games. But I would just like, I don't know, I don't think. Some people will argue that they've made some decent Doctor Who games. I just haven't seen any that have appealed to me. I would kind of like one like, either like Back to the Future, what was it, Telltales. I'd love them to do a Doctor Who version episodes. Do it that way, but a proper story, the Doctor having to travel, stuff like that. That's what I would like to see. Anyway, well, why not talk about topics and have pre-record gameplay in the background? Yeah, Cheryl was actually. Do you know what? Yeah, it's actually weird that you mentioned that because Cheryl was actually thinking that maybe that's what I should do. I should record a game and stream, so private it, but record it, and then obviously do some commentary after the fact. But I'd find that weird just sitting there in silence, not being able to talk, and then talking after I was playing the game, maybe taking the piss out of myself or something while I'm playing it, because I have fallen off my horse quite a few times, which is funny. Yeah. Oh, I've played it on my second account, right? And the people will tell you I've been playing this game now on the second channel, and I've only fallen off my horse. Yeah, everybody who plays Red Dead Redemption falls off their horse. I'm not the only one, right? Everybody does it. But I've only fallen off my horse throughout the whole game, I say about 10 times, right? So I started a new game on my second account, and we've only come down off the mountain now. My horse has died 5 times so far already in shootouts. 5 times someone has killed me fucking horse. So then I'm trapped in the middle of nowhere because my horse is dead and I don't have horse reviver, right? So the horse dies, yeah? Then I'm stuck in the arsehole of nowhere, yeah? No horse, so I have to walk. Then I end up losing bleeding energy because you have to keep eating to keep your stamina up and all that. You know, if you see it, if you see me playing it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But 5 times so far, my horse is done, and I'm pissed because I keep getting a new horse, which means I have to keep breaking that bleeding horse in until I do the uncle mission, and then I get a permanent horse. But the bleeding poor horse. So yeah, I'm thinking of doing so if we do streams, obviously Red Dead Redemption 2 is more than a game. It's actually like watching a movie. So, because there's a lot of cut scenes as well. So I was thinking, you know, as I said, if we do maybe a couple of weeks, see how they go. But this is a big decision. So I want you as, look at it. A lot of people have said to me, including close friends of mine in the streaming community, have said, look, it's your channel, do what you think is best. But as you know yourselves, you know, I like to try get you involved as much as I can. So if this is something you would genuinely like to see, leave a comment, right? And we'll give it a test run. And if it doesn't work out, then obviously we'll stop. But let me know if you would like me to see me play Red Dead Redemption 2 on the main channel, this channel. And we'll do a couple of streams a week. That's it. We won't oversaturate it the way we've done. Like the other channel's different because, listen, I had people religiously watching me play that the first time round. So obviously this will be my second proper gameplay if I do it. So if you are interested in seeing them, let me know. And listen, as I said, there's other games as well. I've got PS membership, so you get free game. Well, they say free games, but you get games each month. Now, the games that they've thrown out the last couple of months have been absolutely shit, I have to say. Wish they'd actually give us a decent game. But I have got the Uncharted series. I actually have the BioShock series of games as well, by the way. I obviously have a few Call of Duties, as you do. Obviously, it's gone downhill over the years, unfortunately. It kind of ran out of steam after probably Modern Warfare 2, maybe. Probably the best one out of them. I mean, the Black Ops series, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 were good. I liked Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, but I didn't like Black Ops 3. Absolutely fucking. No, Black Ops 3 wasn't bad. Was it Black Ops 3 or is it Black Ops? What was the latest one? Yeah, I have that one. I've only played it twice. And it's even got a zombie map with the Titanic and I won't play it. No, I actually became a fan after you did that movie watch along about the crazy Russian disappearance in the mountain. That was fun. Yeah, the what was it? The Dyatlov pass incident. Yeah, yeah. You know what? We'll probably we've got a lot of stuff to get through. Obviously, RTD has kind of messed things up a little bit with all of these announcements and stuff going on. But obviously, when we get settled and we know when certain episodes are on and stuff next year, we probably, I never wanted to really give up movie streams and stuff like that. I just didn't want to be doing them every week the way we were doing them. So what I'm going to do is we'll just stretch them all over time. Eventually, we'll just wait because, as I said, RTD is just dropping shit left, right, and center. So we just have to. But yeah, as I said, I've got all the BioShock games. I've got all of the Uncharted games. I've also got FIFA. If you're a fan of FIFA, but not many people are a fan of football games. I've got UFC 2. I also got the latest UFC. That was a game, but I don't like the controls, so I haven't really played that. I prefer the original one that they brought out. I have to be honest with you. Or the second one, I should say. I didn't like the new one. The controls are completely fucked. I can't use it, to be quite honest with you. But we've also got, I think we got World War II, Call of Duty. I think we got World at War. I think, which Modern Warfare do I have? I have one of them. I can't remember which one. Also we got Sonic Dash there, which I don't play. And other stupid little games. But yeah, obviously if I do it again, it's up to you guys. So if you would like to see something, leave a comment in the comment section of this stream. So yeah, okay, right. We'll leave it there anyway. I want to thank all my members that popped in tonight. I want to thank everybody else in the chat for coming in. But look, again, it's. I just want to enjoy this. So let me enjoy it. And, as I said, this is the thing. I already get the opinions that people have, right? But the thing is, when you keep repeating them, keep coming in and repeating them, and it just seems to me that you're just trying to drag everybody down because you feel that way. And I'm not going to tolerate that. People have every right to enjoy and to dislike as well, I have to say, but that doesn't mean that both sides need to encroach their opinions on other people. Listen, I have my opinions on it. People will agree with me or disagree with me. That's fair enough, right? And that's the way it should be. But I've noticed ever since certain castings were made that there are just certain people out there that no matter what is announced, just want to find something negative about it. And the fact that a YouTuber has actually said that Neil Patrick Harris is a diversity hire should show you the state of actual YouTube right now and content creators. It's actually very sad. It's actually very sad. This guy's been around a very, very long time in Hollywood. He's done some hit TV shows, as you know. He's been in quite a lot of movies. He's won a lot of awards. His sexuality has never been an issue before, but apparently it is now, and he's a diversity hire. So that's where we are in fandom right now, and that's fandom across the board, by the way. It's not just exclusive to Doctor Who fandom, but I thought Doctor Who fans were a bit more smarter and cleverer than that. We set ourselves apart than other fandoms. You know, we weren't so easily drawn into bullshit. We always looked at things objectively. But again, Chibs and Co, BBC over the last 5 years are responsible for that, the media. So they've got to take the responsibility for that. That is the consequence. It's going to be, as I said, it's an interesting time in the fandom anyway. Right. I will leave it there anyway. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for everybody that is in the chat, interacted as well. And as I said, if you haven't subscribed already, if you liked what you heard tonight, obviously subscribe. If you didn't like what you heard tonight, sorry about that. You know, the one thing that will happen on this channel is that, you know, as I've always been, you don't get a bullshit artist here, right? I don't care what side of the fandom you're on, right? I don't care if you're on the side that hates me or I'm on the side that's supposed to be on our side of the argument. If I see bullshit, I'll call it out, and I always have, and I always will. And it'll always remain that way. So if you want a channel where it's raw, unedited, and basically I will tell you how I feel, as you have heard tonight, then this is the channel for you. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah. And as I said, for all you guys out there that haven't become a member, if you'd like to become a member and see more in-depth analysis of the RTD era, because we'll be doing we'll be watching episodes now. Obviously, they won't be on screen. You'll have to have your own copy. You come in, we do a countdown. You watch along with us while you're watching on your screen. We're watching on their screens, and we will we'll have a guest on, and me and that guest will be talking about the scenes that we're watching. We'll analyze it, we'll talk about it, and we'll give you our opinion and our review of it. And then obviously then you guys then can give your opinions and your views and let me know if you agree or disagree, or if you have another opinion with different context. Then that's absolutely fantastic. So if you haven't become a member, please do hit that membership join button. It's £5 for the month, and for that you will get well, you're supposed to do I think I read it on YouTube, the official guides are to throw 4 videos up a month or something. I've already thrown that up already, and as you seen earlier on, Jack will be the next guest that's coming on for a member stream, so look out for that. And then on top of that, as I said, we will be starting the RTD era episodes and doing that deep dive analysis. So if you're a member, or if you're not a member and you would like to come on as a guest for one of these member streams to give your opinion and to do a deep dive analysis of the particular episode of the RTD era that we're doing, please get in contact with me in the usual places. DM on Twitter, if you follow me on Facebook. Obviously, Summy, I do follow Summy, as I'm very particular who I follow anyway. But if you follow me in any of my chats, any of my Facebook groups, you get in contact with me through Messenger. It's not very often that I read emails, which I have to start doing a lot more of. But they're the 2 places at the moment until I get everything sorted out. Then I will be, obviously, then if people do want to get in contact with me, I will drop an email address. I'll be dropping a separate email address for just messages for people that want to send me messages. So when I get that set up, I will let you know in the chat. You will have an email address then to directly talk to me as well. If you need to talk to me, if you can't get through to me on any of the other platforms, you can email me directly. You missed a lot. You missed a lot. I'd go back and watch the whole stream again, Liam. Don't forget to give it a like, share, and a subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. But I think you already have anyway. But yeah. So thank you, guys. I'm going to leave it there. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm off now to take the little pup out, and then I'll see what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to probably get some grub into me. And probably watch something or maybe play something. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. It's one of those nights. It's one of those nights. Anyway, have a good one. Thanks for tuning in. And I will talk to you very soon. Good night, folks.